That's that time in the morning when we take a look at what's making the news on the front pages of today's international newspapers. Joining me in the studio for a look at the headlines is the social and political campaigner Susan Fajana-Thomas, a very familiar face to our viewers here on Arise News. A very good morning to you, Susan.
Good morning.
And I know that you'd like to start with the Nigerian newspaper This Day. And the front page story we've taken, Jonathan leads Buhari on villa tours. This is all in the run-up to the official handover of power, the inauguration.
Yeah, as you are aware, the official handing over the inauguration is on the 29th of this month. In the last 1 month, they've set up a transition committee who have been working to have a smooth handing over. And this is part of it. So they are saying on the 28th of May, there's going to be the official tour by President Jonathan at the villa tour. The villa is the equivalent of number 10 here. So
is that normal that when one president's handing over to another, they actually take them for a tour to actually get them know where they're going to be living?
Yeah, it is. To me, it is not normal, and I think because Nigeria is actually experiencing a different thing at the moment. Since the democratic system in Nigeria, they haven't actually have one party to another, so it's within the same party. So it is a bit different, or the same president being inaugurated for the second term and third term. But this is a different scenario entirely. It is a different party with a different president-elect, so they need to familiarize themselves. But again, personally, I don't think it's all worth the hype.
Well, that's your opinion. I'm
that's
sure
that's why I said personally.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm sure quite a few people may beg to differ, but never mind. Let's move on now to your second choice. We've done this day, and it is the Wall Street Journal Asia. Now, the story that you found here is John Kerry visiting Russia and meeting Vladimir Putin. Now, to be a fly on the wall when they were talking behind closed doors.
Yeah, it is, and this is very interesting in the sense that I imagine President Putin reading the headlines of Wall Street Journal today will be smiling for that Kerry seeks Russia's help, the sentence edge and all that. Anyway, this is about the American foreign
It's a foreign policy
issues in Syria. He's talking to the foreign minister on Syria, on Yemen, on Libya, and again he's going to be speaking to President Putin this morning in terms of him being compliant with the February ceasefire agreement. As you are aware, both sides, both Russia and Ukraine, they have breached the agreement. So it's just saying to him, complying with this agreement. It is a good thing. He's not coming with force. He's not coming with, according to this newspaper, he's actually seeking his help.
Yes.
He's appealing, he's urging Russia to say, actually, you need to comply so that things will go peacefully. So it is a good thing, but a win for President Putin.
Absolutely, and it's interesting how it's been reported, because we've got there's a paragraph in here which says reflecting low expectations for substantive progress, US officials sounded a cautious tone ahead of the meeting. Moscow, on the other hand, had sharp words for Washington and chided the United States for causing a difficult period in relations between the countries. That is a bit of an understatement, isn't it?
Yes.
OK, China Daily. Quite a few stories here, but there's one here with the national team apparently eyeing the World Cup, or rather the coach is eyeing the World Cup. I think he's probably got one of the most difficult jobs in football, really, hasn't he? Yeah,
he has. This is the French coach, Hélène Perrin, who is, as you are aware, the president of China, Xi Jinping. Is very interested in soccer, as they call it, football. So, and in the last a few months, they have been going through football, what they call soccer reformation in China. And as part of that, they want to be qualified for the World Cup in 2018. So this is the run-up to that, and I'm wishing them success in their first match on 16th of June with Bhutan.
Yeah, it's interesting because they've been doing all sorts of things in preparation in the run-up to this goal. So we've got the Minister of Education's guidance, and he said that soccer is now a compulsory part of physical education classes. They set a target for establishing more soccer academies and aim to train up to 6,000 soccer teachers this year. But you can just imagine the pressure that it puts on the coach, knowing that the president is a football nut. They've set this target, and if you don't reach it, then...
Set up academies so that the young people is like catching them young. That's what China wants to do, to produce a good future footballers.
Sure, so let's see if they can do it. But staying with the China Daily, rather disturbing admission here that the number of drug users has actually topped 14 million. And at the sub-headline underneath this, addicts choose crystal meth and other synthetic substances rather than heroin, according to the authorities.
Yeah, this is actually in proportion when you look at the population of China. I think it was reported last year by the UN that globally the use of synthetic drugs have increased, and this is the increase we are seeing in China. But having said that, in China, the increase has grown, according to this newspaper, 36% annually. And the major concern is that most of the users of these synthetic drugs like methamphetamines, the ketamine and ecstasy are young people, which is a bit of a concern. Sure. It's readily available because, unlike the heroin, it is made of chemicals. So it is a bit concerned, and I hope China will start to do something in regards to that.
So there may well be some interaction between the health authorities over there and elsewhere, because, again, it reflects a similar issue. Now, time is running very, very tight. We've got about a minute left, but I just wanted to focus on the Daily Telegraph in the United Kingdom. Now, summer is just around the corner in this country, and, of course, we look forward to the presence of the humble bumblebee. But apparently the bees are getting rather angry.
Yeah, the bees are getting rather angry in England, and again, I think it is like they said, or the middle class household are concerned about this, but I doubt what is happening to the other household in this country. If is this just a concern for the middle class, or is this a concern throughout the country? So
it just seems that from what they were saying very, very briefly is that many members of the middle classes are taking up beekeeping